Data comes in a wide variety of shapes and formats. Hadley Wickham wrote a paper about tidy data in 2014 that formalizes the way we can describe the shape of our data and gives us a goal when formatting our data. He states in his paper that tidy data provide a standard way to organize data values within a data set. There are many reasons why a standard approach to data cleaning is good, and a tidy data paper is worth the read to better understand how the shape of data fits into the various components of data analysis. Here's an imaginary experiment adapted from the tidy data paper. Each individual has a treatment value for each of the two possible treatments. Here's another representation of the same data. The information conveyed in the tables are exactly the same. This is why we need a more formal and standard way of describing the shape of our data. There are three principles of tidy data. The first is that columns represent separate variables. The second is that rows represent individual observations. And the last is that each type of observational unit forms a table. We won't cover the last point in this chapter. In our treatment data, the columns do not represent separate variables. They represent different values, A and B, for the variable treatment. We can reorganize the table of values into this new tidy format. Each observation will contain the name, the type of treatment, and its result. At first, the format of our data may be strange, and some may argue that the information is harder to ingest because it's not as easy to compare treatment differences for a particular person. But that's partially the point. There are data formats that are better for reporting and data formats that are better for analysis. If we aim to make our data tidy during the data cleaning process, we can fix common data problems along the way and be able to quickly transform data into different shapes as needed. Wickham defines the data problem we are trying to fix as columns containing values instead of variables. We fix this data problem by using the pandas function melt. Here, I've saved the treatment data into a data frame named df. To melt our data, we first specify the data frame we want to use and which column or columns we want to hold constant. Here, we want the column that stores the names of people to be fixed, so we pass that into the id vars parameter. The result is a melted data frame where we have a column called variable that holds the treatments and a column called value that holds the treatment values for a given individual. Melt has a parameter called value vars for you to specify which columns you want to melt. If you don't specify this parameter like we just did, melt will use all the columns not specified in the id vars parameter. The default variable column name is not always what we want. We can rename the new melted columns with the var name and value name parameters so we have more meaningful column names.